Yes.
What is that move?
Does that not get you fired up?
What is that move?
That is the neck cracker, the neck breaker. I don't know, but all I know is, or the alligator I just heard. Kelly says that maybe that's the alligator. That probably is. It looks like an alligator move there. All right, so this is going to be great, Scott. This movie just came out. I don't know if you're into the wrestling. I like the wrestling.
Yeah, I can appreciate it. I mean, as a young guy, I was a WWE guy or WWF.
F at the time, exactly. Now WWE. Well, guess what? New movie came out, Queen of the Ring, that's going on, and we have the director talking to us right now through that big wall. We are Zooming with the man right now who directed this. It's Avildsen. How are you, my man? Good to see you.
I'm great this morning, man. I'm doing much better now. I'm on the news with you. They let me on the news.
Well, this is our lifestyle show, so we can chill out on this one.
That's
See what
right.
I'm saying? You've made it.
That's right. Well, congratulations on all the success. Before we get into it, you have some, I don't know what, movie filmmaking lineage that you kind of are connected to. You want to give people a little short history lesson on you and how you arrived where you are?
Yeah, I made a sports underdog story with a big main event at the end, and my dad made Rocky and Karate Kid. No pressure, no pressure.
No pressure.
But I didn't meet him until I was 34, so I'm not a Nepo baby, as the kids call it these days. But we did become best of friends in my mid-30s, and we actually started reading this book and working on it together before he passed unexpectedly.
Wow, oh my gosh, what a crazy story, and I'm sorry to hear that, but what an incredible opportunity for you then to, in some ways carry on a legacy, create your own, and you've really done this in a creative way too with this, what was book, now movie. You got to be super proud of what you've done.
Yeah, man, it's been thrilling just to see that the crowd reaction's been so great. The audience seems to really love it. Emily Bett-Rickards, as everyone's saying, she's got a breakout performance, and even the critics that aren't, giving us the best feedback are still saying, wow, Emily is fantastic. So, but yeah, we're certified fresh. All that stuff's good. It's been a labor of love for many years. And, it's a small indie film trying to tell a major studio level story. It's period. It's 2+ hours long. It's a lot of characters. So, it's been a massive undertaking, but I'm so grateful that we got it in the theaters and people are enjoying it.
Heck yeah, man.
That's so cool.
Great.
You mentioned Emily being so good at what I watched right there. I mean, I can't wait to see the entire film, obviously the whole movie, but basically Emily was amazing. Casting her, getting her into that role, you had to be excited about that. Josh Lucas is in it, and Goggins is in it. You got some pretty big names in there.
Yeah, we lucked out with everyone we got. Like I said, it's just so much harder when you're an indie film to get names and to get things across the line. And I think a lot of people just came together to make the movie because they were so touched by her story. And it's been so forgotten by time. Most people don't realize that women's wrestling was ever illegal in the U.S., much less, California and New York being the last two to lift it so much later on, 1965, 1972. And then also, we give a decent amount of notoriety these days to women in sports. We still have a lot of work to do, but I didn't know, and nor did anyone in my life know, that the first woman to make $1 million as an athlete was Mildred Burke. Oh. So it's this incredible forgotten piece of American history. And sadly, reading books is not as popular as it was when we were kids. And I knew that if there wasn't a movie made about her, she might just, get lost into the sands of time. So Queen of the Ring's in theaters now, and we're putting Mildred back on the map.
That's incredible,
wow.
Man. What a cool thing to
great?
do. I mean, and were you, I guess when you started and when you were thinking about the project and the process, was that one of the things you wanted to pull the curtain back a little bit, bring more notoriety and some, allow people to learn, have a history lesson on women's wrestling? Because I just don't know if a lot of people knew that was even a thing, and particularly how big it was and where it was headed.
Yeah, I didn't know as a wrestling fan. I mean, I've followed pro wrestling ever since I was a little kid, and I had no idea that really the golden eras of women's wrestling was in late 40s, early 50s, and they were drawing more than the men, and they had totally crossed over into pop culture because it was all before television took off, and that's a big reason why it's been so forgotten about by society. Is just that there's very limited footage to pull from to reintroduce them.
Sure.
But yeah, I was just totally enchanted by the story. For men's wrestling, a lot of people would say the 80s were the golden era for the men, but for the women, it really was back then. And they were getting flown to meet with presidents and prime ministers all over the world. I mean, they were these just larger than life crown jewels of females on the planet. And it's just been totally forgotten about because it was all before television took off. And so now we're trying to pay honor. And also just beyond that, on the human level, it's an incredible story about a single mother and her boy that grows up in an unorthodox world. They tour all over the country together and beyond. And, something that I'm passionate about, because I grew up with a single mom, and it gets swept under the rug in the U.S., is, kids that grow up with single parents, especially boys without dads, are like 65+% more likely to end up with a life of crime, poverty, violence, drugs. So it's a very inspirational story. It pays so much respect to all the single parents out there that are raising kids on their own. And also, the last thing I would say is that it's based on a book, and the book is a very hard R. There's a lot of intense, grueling things that these women went through, but we chose to tell it into a PG-13 inspirational story.
Yep.
So you get the juxtaposition there, that there's some heavy material that they go through, but it is PG-13, and parents and kids can come see it together in the theaters. And we really hope more people find out about it.
Good work, man. Well, we're honored to do our part. Sure.
Good luck to you on that. We have so many more questions, but we're out of time. But come back anytime. We'd love to chat with you a little bit more. And congrats on the movie.
Thank you guys so much.
You got it. Good stuff.
Queen of the Ring, there it is. Check out all the socials, the movie. I'm sure we could all find it. We're going to now have to hunt to find it. We've got to go to the theater and watch this, Beth.
I didn't get a chance to even ask him how they made Emily get so ripped. He was probably saying, get to the gym,
or
Emily.
how big his biceps are.
Exactly. He even tell him to take his shirt off. He would have done that.